Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today I want to show you guys how I do such 360-degree clips, which you can watch in your VR headset if you have one. I love it to show that, or to see this in my Oculus Quest 2, and it really makes fun. So like this. And I made some different things of this, so let's see. Let's go back to here. Nope, here. You see this one here. And you see with the raindrops and something else. It's kind of relaxing and yeah, fun. And today, and I got a lot of questions about this, how I use this, I do this, and it's quite simple. It's not really a hard thing to do. So I'm here in R25, but you can do it in almost, I think, in every version of cinema. But I just need a spherical camera, so that's it. And yeah, let's create, but I have some more things that's in the workflow, and I want to show you my workflow, how I do this. Yep, let's create something, object where we can be inside and look around later on. So I would say let's make a cube. When I say cube, almost every time I use the platonic here. So here is the platonic, and the reason is I don't have to make in the height and then in every axis that's the segments. I just can here take the segments and that's it. And yeah, and if you have seen, if you are a patron and you have watched my last tutorial with the nodes where we made this node here, so we could use this one here. Under the so, and then we have something like that here, and we can. But I want a much bigger platonic, so let's say 1000. So, and yeah, of course, bigger platonic means we need more offsetted extrude. So, and yeah, we created this one, and let's make it subdivisions. And we could now animate this, and we could go inside and look from inside. But I don't want to make this. I have done such a beta version of Agreeable. You see, when I use this one, I get something like this here, which is animatable too. So it's a little quick, but it's okay for now. And yeah, I would say we take this. If you don't have R25 and you don't have nodes or something else, you can do this with Mo extrude or something. Let's see. Let's go to here and we make more things. So make Mo extrude. This is on here. So Mo extrude as a child. Take only one segment here in the transform. Let's go to 50, but in the minus 50 direction, so that we see it from the inside. And to have some variation in here, we can make, you see, we can use effectors here. So I can use a shader effector or a plane effector with a shader field, whatever you want. I prefer the plane effector thing, so I select my extrude, plane effector, tell the plane effector what I want to use here. So I want to use, I think the scale in the z-axis, no, it's on the position, okay. No scale, we use the position, not in the y-axis. The z-axis, I think, yeah, this is the variation we want, good. So we could go in the Mo extrude to 0 maybe, and do it just for the plane effector, yeah. So go here to minus 50, and give this now a shader field with a noise inside. So let's go to the noise, and you see we have something like a creeble here as well. And when we animate the noise, let's I have 200 frames. It's 8 seconds in my case. 0.1, 8 seconds, and when we animate this, okay, in the shader field we have to say refresh every frame. So now we should see something. Why don't we? 1, 8. That's fine. Maybe we are too slow. 1. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's quite nice. We can make 2 here. So here we can be sure that we loop. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, and I think this is okay for us. We could randomly let's see if this works. Go to here and a random. It's not. Let's see. We can use in the parametric tools. The link you will find the link to my website in the description. And on my website you have a tab with plugins and so on, and then you will find everything you need here. There. So I make this guy here in a modifier, bring it under this one. Let's see if this works, but an offset. Yeah. And now we could even make extrude now here. By parametric tools, extrude modifier, bring it under here. And let's see what we get here. The extrude modifier should no. I thought it will extrude here just the inner modifier, but it doesn't. Yeah, here it would be, of course, better with just the nodes. It's much easier. So, but you can play with this. But just to show you my workflow, this is more than enough for the moment. Good. Now what we need is, but anyways, we have now. You see how it works. I can use my Greeble thing here. Maybe I will use my Greeble thing, so I can delete this. Because why not, when I already have it? Why I shouldn't use it? Whoops! And I have a nice Greeble here. And the next step is I want to make a camera. Which the camera has to be. When you have such an object, the camera, I bring the camera exactly in the middle of the scene. So I make a camera. So, and here in the camera, I bring it with to reset transform. So exactly on the 0 point of the scene. So I'm exactly in the middle now. And when I now go to my camera and give it a protection tag, and I'd only lock the X, Y, and Z, so I can go around and see inside my object here. So this is the view I want in the VR headset when I look around with the VR headset. Okay, nice. We can make it a little crazier here. Let's go to disable this, go back to here. In the camera, go to my coordinates, and I want to bring this to, let's say, 45 degrees. Looks somehow more interesting, and I freeze this one so that I have here everywhere this 0. Okay, and now I make a protection tag on the camera and do the same again. So, and here this is a more interesting view when you look around, I think. Okay. The next step, I don't want this so close to me, so I go to the camera and go to the object and say 25. I will use later on the Octane renderer, but I show you of course how to make it in physical render as well. Okay, and that's more than less it. When you use the physical renderer, you have to make in your render settings. You have to go to things. It's not with the viewport renderer. You don't see it. The viewport renderer don't use a spherical camera, so you need at least a standard renderer. Because so let's go and make here a new thing. Just S for standard renderer. So whoops. I show it just because of the camera here. So, and what I need now is in the camera, I have to go from perspective here to spherical and enable the spherical camera. That's okay. Minus 180 and plus 180 and minus 90. That means I see 360 degrees around me. So that's exactly what I need. Okay, and in the output, here I use my, normally I make a 4K renderer, but in my workflow when I don't have a very high detailed things or something else, like let's say, like, let's go back here, like this one here. This is, you see that, I don't have to have a really high resolution, so here it's enough with 190 with 1K or you can make it 2000 by 1000 or whatever you want, but I think it's a good one here like this. So, and when I make a render, let's make the current frame. When I render this now, Shift R, I get something like this here. So let's fit it to the things, fit the screen. And this is so that this should look like this. And when we watch at this in the VR headset, we will be in the middle of our scene. So okay, and so you would render it in physical render when you do everything. But I want to use the Octane renderer, so I do it a little different. So I go in the, I make here a new render setting, well, not a new one. I make here O. It's okay. This is an O for Octane. So everything is the same here. And when now I need the Octane render tag, so Octane camera tag. And in the Octane camera tag, okay, let's go to scene lens, and here, let's see panoramic, yeah, spherical camera. And you see horizontal, the 360 and 180, that's exactly what we need. And when I render now with the Octane renderer, so let's go to the live view here. Oops. Maybe we don't see anything because we don't have any light or something in our scene here. So let's bring in a simple light. Let's I use very rarely light here, so objects, because I normally use HDRIs, but here I need inside a light, so bring an area light here inside. Maybe that helps us a little bit. Yeah, okay. Go to the light here, visibility, camera visibility. So we have this now. So we have this 360 degrees thing as well. Okay, so general visibility, this is okay. But I don't want to use here a light inside. I want to use something, yeah, I want to have something like glowing edges here. So let's delete the light and make a new material. I make a new octane material. Can I use it from here? No, texture. Anyways, I do it like I every time do it. So I go to my octane dialog here. So I bring it up to here, and I make node editor, and I make a new material. Octane material. I make an octane material, and I wanna make a universal material. Let's make a universal. Okay. In the universal material, I want to use first only an albedo. In the albedo I make a black color, so I make it black. And little roughness, why not? Something like that, okay. Yeah, that could work. And in the emission, I want a black body emission, and the distribution should be only on the edges, so I make a dirt node here. So let's see if we see something now. I would not bet on it, but yeah, okay. It's nothing for the moment. But yeah, of course it cannot do anything because we have to bring it on our platonic here. Very slightly we see something here. Let's go here, 1000. But let's work here with the normal camera for the moment. So I make here thin lens. And okay, let's see what we should see here. This is okay, this is okay. Good. Oops, it's really hard to make this with 1080p. This is far too, well, no, that's nice. Nice. When I go with the camera, yeah, that looks great. Looks nice. But in the dirt node, let's play a little bit with it. So strength, make it one up. Then the radius up, okay. Distribution. Let's see. We see what it does. So that's my way to work with something. So just play with the slider and what's if that's, I'm not sure at the moment, but the details. Okay, now the radius. Yeah. Why is null here? And interesting. Sharper. Tolerance. And this is normally here animated my Greeble thing. So when I put the animate. Yep. But it is far too big everything. But what I want now is I don't want just a white thing here. I go into the texture and make a noise here. So, a cinema noise. Yeah. Now we are. This is. I want a it like this, but maybe with the radius here. Now we can change this later if we want to. Okay, the details. We can of course go down with the strength here. 500. Okay, make the radius again a little bigger here. Because I want to use, of course, we are in Octane, we want to use some bloom as well. So we'll go to here. Post processing, whoops, and bloom power, we need bloom power. Oh, come on. Cutoff should work normally. Okay. Yeah, it's a very big cube, so okay, that looks nice. And here, of course, I want the colorizer here. Colorizer. And load presets, full colors, and we get something like this. Yeah. Make it maybe half the scale. And we can animate, of course, this as well. So let's go to here, to 1 and 8. If we animate this now. Oh yes, this could look nice. It looks like stop motion at the moment because, of course, we don't render it now, so we have this render. So, but it could be that it's too fast. So I go to my Greeble thing here, boing boing, double click it. Don't forget to save some time. So in the time node, and here I make this 0.1 here, so it should be much slower now. Oopsie. Yeah, I think with this is nice, I think. Or we make it with no time, so that just the noise, just the light animates. But I think it's more fun when it starts to glow somewhere else. Oops. Okay, so 1. Okay. Patrons, of course, can download later on this project file, and then you have this Greeble beta if you want to look at it. This is really a beta, as I said, at the very beginning of it. So. But I plan to make a really nice Greeble out of this. So this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. This is nice. So let's reset the camera here. And once more, let's have a look at the... Good, we can now go to the camera and again go to the scene lens here. Panoramic, spherical cam, blah blah, fine. Here are we at Octane renderer. I want to do Denoiser because for this tutorial I just make 200 samples. You see here in the not here the render settings, in the I hate it that every time I have to go to this dialog. So 200 samples, path tracing, you see it. And what I do here is I'm going to static noise. So okay, save it. So now I can close this. Make one frame here, so current frame, just to see how it looks. Shift R. Looks crazy. Yep, the denoiser has to work a lot here. Do you see it? Maybe we should give this more frame, more samples. Let's see. Let's give it 500 samples. Octane. Every time I search for it, that's crazy. 500. Save, and let's see how long it renders per frame. This is not all too long. I think this will be about 20 seconds or so. No, 20, maybe more, 20, 30 or more. Yeah, and the next thing is, because I don't wanna always wait so long for my renders, so I don't wanna make here. Yeah, this is quite okay. Okay, for the tutorial it's okay for sure. And I don't want to render 200 frames now. I have now 25 frames per second. But there is a great program called Flowframes which can interpolate frames. So with this program, it's possible to, let's say if you have 25 frames and you want to have 100 frames per second, you can tell this program, please interpolate the frames in between. So I want to show you what I mean. So I make here only 15 frames per second. So for the project settings, I go to 15 frames per seconds. And don't forget, if you change the settings here, you always have to have the same frames per second here as in the render. The render setting we have here the 25. It's always have to be the same. So now say all frames. These are 120 frames now and not 200 frames. And at the end I want to interpolate. I can interpolate it 8 times in this program, but 8 times is a little much, but 4 times is nice. So I would have at the end 60 frames, a clip with 60 frames per second, which is great. Okay, so I render this 120 frames, and yeah, this could take a while. So let's see, I render one frame. Maybe I can use this later on for something else. So yeah, I will render this out. Let's hit share. First, let's go to save. I want, let's take here PNG 16-bit. Save it to, this is one of my tests here, sequence. Go to here to tutorial. 360 tut. So then I make now a new folder. 01, this is the first one. And here I name it frame underscore. Okay, save it. So this is this. And now I save this 120 frames, and then I will be back. So let's see how long one frame takes. I could make it with 720. Then it would be much faster. But maybe I can use this as a frame for YouTube to show what we did. Let's see now. We have here 30 seconds. Okay. 30 seconds. This is here. So, yeah, come on. 30 seconds. 30 times 120. It's exactly 1 hour. It's 1 hour. Okay. So I am back in 1 hour, for you in a second. Okay, see you in a second. So, ready and rendered, and you see it took almost an hour, as we said. And now we have an folder with our rendered pictures. One moment. Where is it here? 360 dots, and here are now our folder. Is now, not are now. So here are now our pictures, and now we have here 121 elements. This is our 15 frames per second thing. So now we want to make 60 frames out of this, and we do this with the Flowframes program. It starts like this, and in the interpolation we go to browse folder. So we can do something, we can interpolate single frames, or we can make a video out of it. In this case, normally I would make single frames, because then I use the single frames, put it here in my DaVinci Resolve, and make a little post work, do a little color grading and something else. But this I don't do now. I just show you the way how I bring it to YouTube and so. Okay, and so I make directly an MP4 here. You have here the encoding settings. I am quite high, so I am here with quite high settings then, and as lower this number is, as bigger the file will be, but as better the quality will be. And this is a quite big big file later on, but I go down later with Xmedia code and bring it down to 15,000 bits or something else. But it's now, let's go to 15 or even 17. We don't need it to be so high, so 17 should be okay. Okay, so now I browse to my folder here, to this 362 blah 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 folder, and browse folder. This is the sequence 360 tuts and 001. Choose folder, that means this, so okay. And we know we had 15 frames per second here, and I want here times 4. See, I can go until times 8, but times 4, then we get 60 frames per second here. Let's watch this video here in the, oops, don't fit to screen, that you see it's not really fit to screen. It's not really it's like it's not a really good example, but this is more like a stop motion here. I forgot to make here a little movement. We just do we get the movement here? No, it does not look like. See, seems I forgot the movement here for the but it doesn't matter. So this looks more like a stop motion video, and now I go back and make quite directly a video out of this. So now output directory, I go to browse folder. This is the 360 dot. I want it here. 360 dot 4K. Oh no, that's not so. This, no, I want this. So 360 dot. So order. Okay, folder. So I have everything I need here, and now I say interpolate. That's all we have to do. This needs, of course, a little while, but not all too long. So you see, this is, because it uses CUDA. You see, it uses your graphics card, so this goes quite quick. And then, when we have this, we have just one more step. Not two more steps, because we wanted at least at 4K when we upload it. And to upload this one, to upscale this one, I use here the Topaz Video Enhance AI, but this is not a free one. This Flowframes is free, but the Topaz Video Enhance is not free. So if you want to upscale something or something else, there is a demo version of it. So just have a look at it. I will put every link in the description so you can try it. So you're ready here. Okay, total processing time, you see, just 1 minute. Can close this, and now we see here, we have here now 60 frames per second. This means 60 frames per second, and not this 15 frames anymore. When I play this, see, maybe it wasn't the best. It looks much smoother. Okay, that works. And now I can use, let's name this 60 frames per second. And with the Topaz Enhance, so I go to here, and I drag this one inside. And now I can say, I want here, okay, I want to remove some blurs, but you see, I have a high quality picture, and the video type is CG. And here I can say, okay, I want it less blurry so that it uses it, or I only want to enhance the details. So, but I want here less blurry, and here we have some different modes. The Gaia computer graphics is a good one, but I prefer the Proteus here, because here I have a lot settings I can use for myself. So this is the automatic settings with the flash here, but I want to sharpen this image. I want to reduce noise, don't have so much noise, deblur it, and cover details, blah blah blah. And now the output size, I want here 4K, so that's okay. And I want MP4 here, and here the same. As lower this number is, as better the quality will be. But let's go here to 15, and go over it. You see 17. The less than 70 will result in higher quality. So. And now we can preview what we get. So let's go. It downloads. If you don't have already downloaded it, it downloads the thing. But you see here, this would be the quality without the enhancer, and this is with enhancer. You see the difference? And this is then the 4K version here. But this is not the best example what I do here with the light, but you can imagine, I think, what I mean. And I say, okay, this is what I want. Now I say, please, I want this one, and see where I want to save it. Yeah, it needs a little bit, don't know why, but let's wait a little bit so it's not so... Okay, we have here the 60 frames, and I want to make here 60 frames underscore 4K, so that I know what I have, and start processing. And this again takes a little while, so I am back when this is done, but you see the big difference here. Okay, so okay, see you in a second. So the 4K version is done as well, so we can close this, go to our folder here, and you see we have here now the 4K version, and double click it, and let's wait a little bit. So, and we have now here a 4K version, which really looks nice, really nice. Okay. It looks better and better. But we still have not the possibility to see. It's still not a 3D picture. Yeah, we could use this now directly in the headset, the VR headset. So like I would do it with, I have a folder here on my, and I would use it with virtual desktop in the Oculus Quest. And with virtual desktop I can directly go to this folder, can go to the video and say this is a 360 video, and I could see it. But you cannot see it in, you cannot use it in YouTube or somewhere like this. So we have to make just one more step. And this step is to inject this file so that in the EXIF data the players or YouTube can see that this is a 360-degree video. So, and for this there is another free program, and this is called, let's open a second Explorer here, video and 360 tests. This is called Spatial Media Metadata Injector. So I will put a link in the description for this too. This is a free one as well. And here you simply, it's very simple thing. So I simply open this, wait for this prompt here, for this GUI. And here I say open. I open the video which I want, so I want this one here, so I copy this path here. Set it. No, come on. It needs a little bit. Something went wrong on my computer. I installed everything new, but I think I have one hard drive which is low. I have two hard drives still inside with that there are no SSDs, so maybe this is the wrong one. But anyway, so we have this here. I open this one, and now I simply say inject metadata. So it will save it under injected. Just let it like it is here, and say save. Wait a little bit, and done. Successfully saved file. Blah blah blah. I can close everything. So now I have here my injected file, and when I open this one, you will see it direct in the VLC player. I can now directly work like it. Now it sees that it is a 360-degree file. And when you upload this one on YouTube, it will see this is a 360 video, and you can watch it like a 360 video. This is the whole thing on it. It's not more and not less to do. That looks nice. Okay. This is the workflow. Maybe not the best example for this, what we do, but now we see what you have to do. You just render everything with a 360-degree, with a spherical camera. In physical render is the, let's go back here. In physical render again, it is the spherical camera. So let's go here. Yeah, you enable just this spherical camera in physical render. And when you are in Octane, you don't have to enable it, but it doesn't matter if it's enabled or not. You go here to panoramic and spherical camera. That's it. Then you render your files. You can render, of course, the 60 frames directly out from Cinema, it's no problem. But if you don't want it, if you make it like me, just render a few frames, so 15 frames. Then you go to Flowframes, interpolate some frames. After this, you go to the video enhance, or if I don't make it, of course I can render it 4K directly from Cinema as well. So, but this is my workflow, so I go to enhance. When this is enhanced, I go to the Spatial Media Injector here, and just inject the file, and then it's done. You can upload it on YouTube. So I hope this was, yeah, it was something for you. I know it's a little special thing, but I got many requests for this one, and so I thought, why not showing it how I do it? So yeah, okay. I if you have questions, requests, complaints, please let me know. I try to help you, of course. Here is the last one I did. What was this? This was just a try. It was fun one too. And yeah, so I wish you a nice evening or wherever you are. It's a nice Sunday. The next tutorial will come as soon as possible. And yeah, don't forget, if I wanna know something, if you have a question, simply let me know, and I will try to help you wherever I can. Yeah, oh, phew, is something more to say? No, this file is. It's not even so big, you see. But for 8 seconds, 160 megabytes, it's not a few. But you can go down with the kilobits here. This is this with the Xmedia recorder. Maybe it's enough when you go down to 5,000 or so. You get a quite low thing here. But of course, but YouTube needs a lot of time to upload this one, not to upload, to decode or the encoder, whatever it does. Good. So, all the best here from Austria, Vienna. Wish you a nice Sunday or the rest of the Sunday. And yeah, stay healthy and stay safe. And yeah, tschüss und baba.